Today's guitar is something that I've been really looking forward to trying for ages now. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen. It's good to have you along. Yes, today's guitar, it's a bit special, at least for me. And it's a bit special for the channel as well, because normally I try out a bit more affordable gear. This does not fall into the affordable category at all. Although it's not super expensive either. It's around €1,000. And it's a signature guitar by an artist that I really like. Actually, he's one of my favorites. So, here is that guitar. Yes, this is it. It's the Steve Lukather signature model by Sterling, by Music Man. That's a lot of by. And I think it looks phenomenal. So there will be some sounds, there will be some specs, there will be some verdict, and the Whammy bar test of doom will also be featured. It helps if you turn on the amp. That's why they call it an electric guitar. Alright, so humbucker, but 5-way switch and a bit of magic stuff going on here as well, because it has a battery. Those were some clean sounds. Now, before I switch amps, I have to say, this looks absolutely brilliant. And there is a bit of bias going here because I really like Steve Lukather. I love his playing. He is one of my all-time favorites. Also, before I keep going, I would like to say a big thank you to anyone who supports this channel in any way, shape or form, because this channel is very much sponsored by you good people. If you want to help support these honest reviews, because I buy the gear that I review, there is a link in the description where if you buy something that way, maybe this guitar, you will support the channel at no extra cost to you. Let's go to the Marshall. So, some dirtier sounds. So, here is one of the things that I mentioned there being a bit of magic about this thing, is that it has a push pot, like so, and you get 12 dB of boost. It's at even more overdrive. I'm using the Strymon Riverside in case you were wondering. That's not how it goes. Before we do anything else, let's do the whammy bar test. Let's see if this is in tune. Yes, very nice. Indeed. So, the whammy bar test. Ole! So, what's the verdict? Well, listen, it's €1,000. Just above. By the way, you can let me know what it goes for in the US and other places. So, expectations are a bit higher than you would have with something that's like 300, 400, 500 euros. And it's an odd one, this. Really odd. I really kind of enjoy playing it, but kind of, a bit like, I think it sounds amazing. It stays in tune really well. But the neck is really weirdly angular. Or, yeah. I showed it to my luthier friend and he said the same thing. And he had a guy in here, in his workshop next door, who owns 2 Music Man lukes, and he tried this and said it doesn't feel like one of the real lukes. Then again, the Music Man or the Sterling website says it's inspired by the Music Man luke, so maybe it's not identical to that. The push dB boost thing is really handy. Especially if it can be handy if you have something where you're not entirely sure what the amps and that kind of stuff is going to be. The amps is going to be hugely good grammar. Yeah, and it just sounds great, but the neck is a bit weird. The nut is cut poorly, so you have to get rid of that because it's the strings can vibrate this way as well. It's not supposed to do that. It has the big kind of block here, but it's not made of steel. It's some kind of crap. Small details that I don't want to see in a €1,000 guitar. One such detail is this screw hole here, which, come on, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything. But this is €1,000, so I am going to be picky because there are things out there that are way cheaper and do things at least as well as this. Jet being one such. Yeah, the Ibanez have the one Geo that has a similar color to this, but no whammy bar, which is at least as good as this and way cheaper. Yeah, I don't know. For €1,000, I mean, why is the nut so bad? Maybe I'm being fussy. I really wanted to love this guitar, and it kind of inspires me. And I kind of want to keep it. But fixing the neck and the nut would be no cheap thing. I mean, the nut is no issue, but the neck, the rounding of the neck. My luthier friend drew this picture, which shows the top one is the way this is, and the bottom one is the way it should be, where it should be more rounded, the edges. So I'm not keeping this, which is such a shame because it's so nice, in a way. But it falls short. It's difficult to explain. But let me explain it like this. This is €1,000. This is around 200. Totally different beasts. This I have no issues with, and it's €200. Regardless of price, I have no issues with this. This, yeah, not entirely sold. If it was €500, I'd probably keep it. But as it is €1,000, it's quite lots of money. So, no way. Real shame. That being said, I'm not sure if all the nuts on these will be the same. Kind of doubt it. So you might get a better one. I am sure the necks will be the same. It might be an issue for you, it might not. It's a bit weird. I've done no setup on this at all, so it came up set up quite nicely, and there is a bit of tweaking to do. But yeah. Such a shame, because it sounds so good. If you want to improve your playing by a whole lot, there's a video here. Other than that, I do hope you consider supporting the channel via link in the description. But above all, I hope you had some use of this, and I hope you have a nice day. Take care. See you. Goodbye.